welcome to, I think this is round 3 of the
This is
Professors of
4?
Practice office hours. Well, April, May, and we're in June now,
We're in
so
June.
round 3 already. You're already over it. You're like, 4 or 5. Are we
No,
really
I was
doing
trying to
this
think,
again?"
is it June or July? The days have blended together.
They have, and I mean, we've been burning through golf season right now, so definitely things are going quick, and, I'm teaching 2 classes right now with UGA, and that was a big, big mistake. Huge
I hate it
mistake.
when our jobs get in the way of our
Yeah,
our golf.
that's right, that's right. But no, thanks all for tuning in. Welcome to, our third edition of Office Hours, where we're going to ask and answer your questions about practice. We got some really good questions today. Really appreciate our members firing away. This is maybe snowballing a little bit, so we might start getting a lot more questions than we can actually handle. Maybe go to 2 a month. I don't know. We'll judge that down the road. But let's jump into things. Nico, what are you excited about right now in golf? What's going on in life? What has you
Anyone
excited?
who follows GB has just seen me nonstop posting about the mini driver, but because this is where we get to tell like the actual fun story, I even told you this story about this. So everyone's going to hear this for the first time. So I've been watching a mini driver forever because the 3-wood for me is like a weird club. It like sort of goes too far. This is a funny aside. I took one of our GB tour guys yesterday in to get fitted for his 3-wood. And the fitter looks at me on the first swing. He's like, I don't know what to do. He's like, this kid has 122 mile an hour swing speed, 174 mile an hour ball speed with a 3-wood. And it creates like a really weird problem where it goes too far, but you can't hit it off the tee because it's less accurate than a driver. So that's where like all the tour guys have been just like hammering the mini driver, right? It's
Yeah,
this
the
like,
3 woods becomes a worthless club in that
it's
scenario.
literally, I
Literally,
mean,
there's no reason for it.
I have a 3-wood for the last year because I love my Sweetens Cove Waffle House head cover. And I would say conservatively, like I've probably hit that thing 3 times, and each time like I nearly snapped it over my knee of like, this is the worst club I think I've ever used. I mean, you watched it in Athens. Like
I saw it in Athens. Yeah,
it's
you
terrible.
literally that is a decoration club for the
Yes.
head cover.
Like, yes.
Yeah,
I
I
love my
get that.
swings. So I signed up for a 4 ball. Actually, I technically didn't sign up. This is the best. So my buddy knew that I wouldn't sign up because like tournament golf, just like right now, is not really my jam. And I get an email one day from the Florida State Golf Association, and it says, "Congratulations, you have signed up for the Florida 4 ball." I'm like, "What the hell? Like, I didn't sign up for the 4 ball." And one of my buddies, he calls me like 30 seconds later. He's like, "Did you get an email?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I signed us up." I go, "How the hell? Like, you made me an account. You paid for my like Florida gin and signed me up." I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll play. All right, let's do it." So this is probably like 2 months ago. Well, because we both have jobs, he's dad, he's got 2 kids. We scheduled our practice round for the day before, of course, just like
Of
that's,
course.
of
Yep.
course. We at least we went. When I played the AZ 4 ball with Caston, shout out Bobby, we just skipped our practice round. So I show up on our practice round, and I mean, this is a bad Florida golf course. Like, there's good Florida golf, and when I talk about good Florida golf, you and I talk about this, it's like, it's not that bad. No, this one was like a straight up just like run a B-52 over it, crater it, and then like let's start over with some land movement. Like
Are we
it
are
was
we talking the type of holes, water one side, houses other? Like, what are, like,
my favorite is the
50-yard
fountain. Yeah,
corridors?
the fountains on
Oh,
the
yeah.
beautiful ponds, and like just a resort, just absolute dumpster fire. So we show up, and like 2 holes into it, I'm like, dude, I'm in trouble. Like, it's too tight for driver, but I can't hit my 2 iron because that, like, I probably carry my 2 iron like 240, like
Right, yeah.
maybe 240 in the air, but it launches at like 4 degrees. So it's a missile, right? Problem is, I needed to hit something like 290. There was a bunch of water at 290. Again, like, what a beautiful architectural routing. So I call my friend who owns a club, like he like does like real like high end like country club fitting type things in Jupe.
Mhm.
And I'm on the 6th hole, and I'm sitting there, and I call him. I'm like, "Hey man, what are you up to?" He's like, "I'm just like working." I go, "Can you build me a mini driver?" He's like, "Yeah, of course. Like, when do you need it by?" I was like, "I need to pick it up in 3 hours." He just literally,
That's
he just,
on I mean, if he knows you, he knows that's, like, entirely on brand for you. Like, that's
and,
exactly.
and he goes like, "All right, like come in and get fitted." I was like, "No, I don't have time for that." I was like, "I just need you to build me one." I was like, "Do you have like this shaft?" And he goes, "No." I was like, "Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, and for everyone listening out there, Like, this is a bad idea. Like, I'm prefacing this like Ryan Barath is probably punching the air right now listening. Like, you
That's
idiot.
Go
But
get fitted. Go get fitted,
go get fitted, spend
listeners.
the time.
Spend the
Like,
time.
my
Don't call your guy 3 hours in advance. You're not gonna make him happy doing that.
no, my tour guy yesterday probably hit like 103, 5, and 7 woods, like for the record. Like, he just like that's what you have to do. Well, not me. So I call him and I was like, yeah, what do you have that's like close to a Ventus 8X? And he's like, well, I have this one that's like kind of close. And I was like, ah, yeah, build it. And he goes, what? I was like, well, like, what head do you have? He's like, I have a Callaway head. He's like, have you ever hit it? I go, no. He goes, you're telling me you want me to build you a shaft and head that you've never hit before? And I go, yeah, it seems like it'd be a good fit for me. He's like, he
Just hit
called me back.
hit the right weight, and we'll go.
He called me back like 20 minutes later. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, this is a bad idea, and like, I don't want to do this for you. He's like, it's also going to be $1,000, and I'm like, all right, sounds like a good idea. And I mentioned the price. This is like of course, this is tangent time. So we pay for our stuff. Like, that's like a
That's right.
big thing, because I actually learned this from, like, I won't name drop him, but he's a left-hander who's played a lot of really good golf. And I remember talking to him one day about his country clubs in San Diego. And I was like, look, dude, like, it's crazy how many memberships you have. Like, what do you do like for those memberships? And he goes, I pay for every single one. I said, why? He goes, because I don't owe anyone anything. And we've
Mhm,
had a lot
mhm.
of, like, unfortunately, like, not great run-ins with companies where like they'll send you something and it's like, okay, great. Like, thank you. I will try this. And I never sell it. That's the thing. Like, we don't sell stuff that's given to us, but
That's
it
right.
just doesn't work for you for one reason or the other. And then it's gone south. So I pay for my stuff. A lot of times we'll get like a discount, like there's an industry discount,
Yeah, of
but
course, yep.
yeah, but this
B2B
one,
stuff, that's right.
yeah, this one, he was like, dude, I can't give you a discount. He's like, it's going to be $1,000. Like, and I'm building it for you in 3 hours. So
And
sure
real quick,
enough,
you taught me this, just follow up on that, friends pay friends, right? Like,
friends pay. Yeah,
that's
friends pay.
also friends
Yes.
pay friends, and, like, yeah, if friends wanna offer discounts, sure, but don't accept free,
No, no. And
if
in
you
this
can avoid it.
situation, like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm paying your full like retail rush rate. Like, it
Mhm.
was so cool. He came back. His name's Chris Reeves. He works at a place called the Golf Clinic. I don't know if anyone's in Jupiter, but he builds it for me. He comes back at 7 o'clock. Like, again, he's got a wife and kids. Like, comes back to the shop so it dries, opens it up, and hands it to me. And he goes, "What time's your tea time?" I go, 7:36. And he just starts like dying laughing. So I get on the range, and there are those like horrific yellow balls that, like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we were hitting off of mats with yellow balls. And the first swing, I looked at my buddy, I was like, oh, we're cooking. Like, we are cooking with peanut oil. And he looks at me, he's like, go back to your car and put that away. He's like, in no way, shape, or form are you going to use that today. He's like, I'm not allowing it. I was like,
I'll
you
fight
wait,
you.
you wait. So sure enough, we get out there, and actually, like, kind of a genius idea by him. I'll give him all the credit for this. It was a dog leg right par five. And I cut the corner with my driver, but you couldn't see the ball land. And I was like, maybe it's like, it would have had to have been like, we talked about this. Like, if I hit 20 T balls, I think I could hit one where I needed to hit it. Like,
Mhm.
you had to hit like a 40-yard slice, all carry 300, but then it couldn't roll out to 330. So if I hit like the laser line drive, it would go into the hazard.
Right.
But if I like wipe one, it's short. So he looks at me and he was like, you should hit a provisional.
Hit the provisional ball.
And I was like, oh my God, like, I should hit the provisional. We used a mini driver. So like, I got at least one swing with it right down the middle, like absolute laser 280. And then 2 holes later, I used it in the tournament, and like, it was unbelievable. Like,
Give the audience real quick just a 1-minute breakdown, mini driver versus 3 wood, like, because the mini driver is hot, but not for everyone.
yes,
So, like, what's the equation? Give the 1-minute equation on, like, okay, is the mini driver for me in terms of gapping in the bag, swing profile, that
the
sort of
the
stuff?
mini driver, and I'm going to say this like probably like gently, it's basically a pro club. It's for
Mhm.
dudes who hit 3 woods too far, but drivers also go too far sometimes on holes like that, where like, I I don't know enough about it. We'd have to ask Ryan Barath, like, he's the wizard on this, why it works for some guys. But it's basically like, I heard the best thing yesterday with one of my guys. He was like, it's just like a 1990s driver. It's 300
That's right.
cc's, and like, it just goes a little bit shorter, a little bit spinnier. I can also hit it off the deck. Is it the answer for you? Maybe, maybe not. I
Yeah,
would say, like,
because like, let's go, like, your game, you to talk about the 3-wood was, like, right there with your driver, right?
Yeah,
Like, at yours at my swing speed, my driver carries, call it 263. My 3-wood carry is 241,
yeah,
right? And I hit them both dead straight, so for
yeah.
me, the mini driver makes no sense, right?
Doesn't
Like,
you would hit it 253 in the
yeah,
air and
it
like,
might actually gap up to my driver
yeah,
just short of it where and I'm not gaining straightness from it in any way because I already hit my driver, kinda piss straight.
yeah,
So yeah, like, I think that's the equation, right? Versus I played with a high level AM the other weekend, and they got him a new head. He'd broke his previous 3-wood head, got him a new head, and this head was hot, and he's flying it 10 yards short of his driver, and it's like,
yeah.
that's a pointless club. Like,
It's literally a
literally,
wasted
there's no
club in the pro
reason
game.
for that club in your bag.
No.
Yeah.
And you hit it worse than a driver. Like all the data shows, like the dispersion's just as wide. It just goes 20 to 40 yards shorter than a driver. And the problem with that is like it's not a helpful T-ball. Whereas there's a lot of T-balls in Florida that just straight up have runouts at 300 yards or 310 yards. Where like, yeah, I could hit that like heel cut, but the problem is you get a heel cut moving in the wind and you are dead. Like you get a heel cut
Okay.
moving left to right in the wind in Florida, like you're not having a good time.
Yeah, not at all.
No,
Yeah,
to
so
say the
again,
least.
go see your fitters. You're thinking mini
Yes.
driver, talk to a fitter, like,
Yes.
let them gap you and see if it makes sense to gap you into a mini driver, or if you just wanna have fun by it. Like, if you're just
This
doing it
this was a
to have fun
conversation.
and, like, just to enjoy it and look like you said down a 1999 head, like, sure, have fun with that.
Go on eBay and buy it. This is
Yeah.
a conversation that I think is actually like a really like intricate one where that was a ultimate faith between a fitter who has
Mhm.
seen me hit a
Knows your
thousand
game.
balls. Like this dude knows my swing. He knows my game. He knows my tempo. He knows how I load it. He knows my ball speed. And at my speed, there's realistically like four shafts to choose from, anyways. So that's the other thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's your driver ball speed right now? Like 65?
Yeah, if that,
Yeah.
I'm probably just because 'cause I'm not playing a ton right now, a little left shoulder issue, I'm hovering swing speed, probably 108-ish.
So there are, I mean, I when I fit, I used to be a fitter. You are the like penultimate opportunity for options. Like you could
Yeah,
fit
yeah,
into,
there's 17 different shafts I could end up being in, yeah.
and they're all basically the same, but a little bit different. Some might load a
Well,
little differently,
that's
some
right,
might
different
flex a little different.
weighting. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Whatever you might feel, and ultimately like what you like to look at. I'm in a very different category. There's maybe three or four, graphite shafts that are going to fit a profile like mine, and I have a good idea of what they all feel like.
Mhm.
And I I can hit them all. You know what I mean? As long as it's in the right realm. That's why I wasn't that worried about it. Like
That's right.
for me, it's such a weird fitting problem. It's like an iron shafts. Like you hand me four different iron shafts, I can play any one of them. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter. But if I use some random graphite, new $300 per iron shaft, like it's not going to work for me. So that's the other end of the spectrum of the challenge of fitting and why it's such a cool thing. Like, yes, go get fitted. Like,
Yeah, and find the right fitter for you too.
yes,
Every fitter thinks about it differently, like, I can say,
yes,
"This guy fitted for irons again," and use the same person I used for my driver because he kinda really spent a lot of time identifying my game and identifying how I want the club to feel at the top.
yes,
Like, he knew every answer when he asked, like, "Hey, what'd you think of that one?" Like, and I'd say, and he'd be like he already knew what I was gonna say
yeah.
based on the weighting, so, good reason if you find a good fitter to get you something that feels good, stick with that guy.
Yeah, we should do a fitting one day of like do's and don'ts. Like I'll just do the
Yeah,
short like do like hit shots that you actually hit on the golf course. Like do not try to go in there and say I want to hit it further because you are going to get fit into some just like terrible laser that you hit. Like earlier this year, I had an OEM send me one. I did shaft testing for them and then I did some head testing. And so both companies sent it to me. And
yeah,
like, yeah, one out of every eight, it's the hottest driver I've ever hit in my entire life. And I carried it 330. And then the other seven were completely unplayable. And
that's
that's a
right.
fitting based on like, I want to hit it further.
Yep, yep. Um,
Where are you at? What are you excited about these days,
I
golf
tell
wise
you what,
stuff?
you know what? Like, there's something about getting golf on the books. Like, if it's tournaments, trips, whatever, like, I'm having a low key year, trying not to travel very much. Got a wedding. Shout out to Jaime, one of our
Jaime.
one of our buds on the pro tours. He's
Hell
getting
yeah.
married down in Argentina. this coming January. So I'm gonna go. Claire and I are gonna go down there. So I've really tried. I've said no to everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're going down to Argentina for 2 to 3 weeks. Let's stay home.
Yeah.
Finally booked a couple trips with some golf on the mix, and so it just has me jazzed again. I was definitely kind of stalling out, like, should I go practice, play? Like, I'm not really into it. Then laying those things, I don't. Anytime it's a buddies trip or a tournament or even like a Sweet and Scope member guest, just getting something on the books just pumps me up and makes me excited to play again.
Love that.
So got a few trips on the books, and now we're back at it. We're back at like, okay, let's get our game good again.
All
'Cause I
right,
hate playing.
tell us
Hate
one place you're going because I don't even know where you're going.
One place I'm going, I'll give you 2.
Yeah.
The one I'm proud of, definitely I'll just call it what it is. It's a humble brag, getting to go out to Sand Hills, each
Sick.
year. So gonna head out there for a special trip. It's kind of partially celebrating a good friend's birthday, as well as just its end of the year out there. So really getting to spend some time on the course during its end of the year turn. So that's a blast. The other one, first time ever, I'm going up, shout out Patrick McSpadden. He's retiring from the Air Force after his, I think 20 years of service is when they can retire, is the retirement age. He's up at Cape Cod, up at the Air Force Base, the Falcon Air Force Base up there. So gonna go up for his retirement party. Never been in that region before. There's a lot of good golf courses, so
A lot of good
gonna go
golf.
bounce around the Cod and the Cape there and see hopefully some good stuff. Kind of putting together the rounds right now on the books, but
When are you guys going?
uh,
What month?
and end of July. I think I fly up July 31st for a
Dude,
few
you got to
days.
go to a Cape Cod baseball game then. It's the coolest thing
Oh,
ever. You got to
brilliant!
go.
Uh, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was
Yes.
just talking like even minor league to
No.
me.
Cape Cod Summer
uh,
League baseball, like there's a
I'm
bunch
writing
of
this down.
future major leaguers out there. Like that is such a cool experience that I mean the games are nothing, go get beers and watch like legit future major leaguers playing with wood bats. Go.
As our typical here, we're already on tangents. Let's go with, I mean, how good is minor league ball? Like, if it's a Cape Cod group or just like even
Okay,
minor
so
league MLB stuff, like going to that stuff is just for me, just the best in the world.
so cool. College summer ball is very, very cool. I'll give you a flip side of that though. So I got invited the other day. Like a buddy asked me to go to this charity thing, and I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like, happy to support your charity." I didn't know it was a single A baseball game, and I called Banks, our boy, the next day, and he goes, "What did you do last night?" I was like, "I went to a single A baseball game." He goes, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Is this a cry for help? Like, are you telling me that your life is not okay? That you're at a single A baseball game?" And I was like, "No, no, it was sick." But interesting, like I was explaining it to the girl I've been seeing, and I said, like, Banks nailed this. He said, there are probably on that field 1 to 2 guys who are going to be major leaguers. But in baseball, you can't play by yourself, so they have to let other guys play with them so they can play. Like the talent disparity was absolutely egregious in a single A baseball game. It was like watching like a little leaguer who is 12 and 6 foot tall, just like crushing the ball, and then all the other kids are just like terrible, but they have to fill out a team so that one kid can play. And
Yeah, it's
I was
like
like, that Banks just like nailed that on the head as a
it's
former
just like, oh,
baseball guy.
it's so nice. He brought his friends.
Yeah,
Like,
like oh,
it's so nice
they
of him
like
to include them too.
it's so nice that the other guys get to play too. Yeah, like it was so funny to watch just like clearly overmatched guys
Yeah.
against like 1 or 2 future big leaguers.
I also
But
don't know when this happened in minor league ball, but the logo game and the name game is strong. Like we went
very
to
strong.
The Montgomery Biscuits, right? You
Yes.
got like the
Chattanooga Lookouts. Shout out Chattanooga.
yeah,
I
you've
mean,
got like something bacon. I don't know. Like
great logo.
it's making
Yeah.
bacon, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just the best. And the logos are great. The Montgomery had a kimchi team too,
I
like a
love that.
kimchi logo. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we
Good,
had
good.
dollar beers. Like go to a minor league baseball game.
Yeah,
It's like going to a Corn Ferry event. Like if there's a Corn
that's
Ferry
right.
event or PGA Tour Canada and like near you, go watch. Like it's so cool
It's
to
a blast.
watch.
All right, should we get to some member questions? I'm
Let's
sure
do it.
we've probably lost everybody at this point. We got to start with Lonnie Mello again.
Lonnie.
Maybe we're gonna have to put him on the bench after this because he just keeps getting us questions.
The best questions.
But
Lonnie, keep asking them.
he is OG, maybe even member number one of Golf Blueprint. He
Could
might
be
be
member number one.
number one. Um, I think this is a great one, especially you brought up getting back into tournament golf and just being excited about that. How do you go prepping for a tournament, a new course with no practice round? You just mentioned, I think, with Bones or something, you played one
Yeah.
without a
You go
practice
first because
round.
I have a tangent. I'm ready to cook.
Yeah, so, like, back in the old days, like, when I was doing a ton of analytics work and core strategy, like, that was easy for me. I would just I would look over, Google Earth, lay down the course on my core strategy app that I built, and just really go through that, right, and just get comfortable. I always called it, like, when I work with high-level players now in some teams, I still say the same message. It's like playing a practice round before a practice round. So I go through every hole, looking at it, seeing the width, and thinking, "Okay, here's what I'm gonna hit off this hole." Uh, and then go into that pretty committed. Obviously, you make minor modifications based on the day, based on how you're feeling, the wind, that sort of stuff. But that way you go in and you're not standing on each tee box being like, okay, what do I do here? You already, this is what I'm doing here. And then you call yourself off if you see an adjustment. I think that's the best thing to do. Just look at Google Earth and get a feel for the course so you're comfortable going there. And then realize like, hey, you've played a lot of first rounds on golf courses before. Every time you've played a new course, it's been a new round on that golf course, and you've probably played a lot of great rounds as your first time on a new course. So really, like, don't stress about it. If you can't get a practice round in, don't think like you're behind the eight ball or you didn't do your duty or whatever. We got lives, we got things to do. Just go in like, yeah, you're just playing a golf course. It's not like most courses aren't going to throw you something crazy unique that you've never seen before and don't know what to do with. You know what you're doing. You've been playing golf. Just trust yourself and go out there and have a blast and just relax.
I love that. And I think you said an important thing for the architecture nerds out there. I apologize in advance. Like, pretty much all golf courses are the same. Like, unless it's some wild architectural, like, gem, like you said, like, they're going to have par threes, par fours, and par fives. Like, that's what they have. If you can see the hole in front of you, again, like most of these golf courses you're playing tournaments on are not like Donald Ross, Alistair McKenzie, gems where there's hidden bunkers and like intricate design. It's just the reality of it. I despise amateur and college practice rounds. And for anyone who played college golf, we've got to work with so many college golf teams. Like the 6 hour round of going and hitting 7 different shots on every tee. And then what's even worse is going and chipping from places that you have no idea where you're going to hit it. Yes, if like the tour pros do this best, like they put where they think the pins are going to be, or if they know where they are, and they putt to them because there's a lot of intricate little breaks. And that's where a great professional caddy comes in.
Hmm.
That's what you can do. Like you can get on the greens and figure out, okay, like this is, especially in a 1 day qualifier or a 1 day tournament, like this is, they probably have them marked the day before. And you can putt
Okay.
to them and move on, because whatever you do in that practice round has nothing to do with what you're going to do on the first tee or on that event. Like you striped one down the middle, doesn't mean you're going to do it tomorrow. You hit one out of bounds, doesn't mean you're going to do it tomorrow. And I
Yeah.
think that for me was really like important in getting over when I was playing tournaments, was like, it's kind of like the bullpen. Like your bullpen before you run into the game as a pitcher doesn't matter. And we all understand that. But in
Yeah.
golf, it'd be like, oh, I'm hitting it bad on the range. Like I'm going to play bad. It's like, no, dude, it has nothing to do with it. Like you're nervous. I know when I played, like my hands were like shaking uncontrollably over a 2-footer that I had for par on the third hole. That's the reality of tournament golf. And like, how to get, I mean, you nailed it, right? How to get prepared. Like you just trust yourself. You trust that you've done the work. There's no secrets in architecture anymore either. Like, right? Like just,
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. And I would say one additional thing, like if it's about being comfortable, if you can go there even the evening before, just
yeah,
to get to the grounds, just to know where the
totally.
parking is,
Where
where
to
the like
park,
where the
where's the
clubhouse is,
bathroom.
whatever,
Yeah.
like, or get there early. Like not to get there early to practice. I'm not
Yeah.
saying go
Don't
there 2 hours
practice.
early and spend an hour and a half practicing. No, like
No.
just get there early and like get situated at the place, right? And then sit down in the grill room or whatever and just hang out and relax. Like don't let the newness of the situation influence the tournament round. As in you get there 30 minutes for your tea time. You're like, wait, where do I go? I got to, I got 30 minutes. I got to be quick. I got to change my shoes, all that, so anything that gets you comfortable with the place, like not a bad idea. And the
And
evening
whatever,
before you can get there and just go look at the 18th hole, ninth hole, just to get a feel for the place. Like
yes,
good idea.
whatever your routine is on a daily basis, Kevin and I have said this many times. Kev's great about this. Like whatever your routine is on a daily basis, that's what you do. I got to the qualifier like 40 minutes before the other day. I went to the bathroom, whatever, like walked out, hit 5 minutes of putts. They wouldn't let us chip because they're the worst. Like, I probably hit 30 balls and I went to the tee. Like, that's my routine on a day to day basis. I wasn't suddenly going to get there 2 hours before, or like the age old, like, you wake up 4 hours before your tea time. Like, I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. for like, grow up. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I have a life. Like, I went to dinner the night before. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, it's like at the end of the day, this is something that we're paying to do. And I think that people need to remember that, like, you're paying for leisure time. Like, you're not
Yeah.
getting
That's
paid
great.
to be there. This
Great
is
point.
not your job.
That's
I,
a great point. I think I need to remember that sometimes too. Like this is paying for leisure time,
let
so
me tell
that's
you, it
not
did
a
not feel
great.
like leisure time
Yeah, yeah.
when I was out there having a freaking anxiety attack.
With you on that. All right, I know. These next questions are gonna hit. We got 2 questions. They're gonna hit the same thing. We're gonna start the big picture and then move into like some golf blueprint specific stuff on in practice. But I know you've got big opinions on this and big thoughts and creative thoughts on this. So I'm gonna start with Eric Benzenberg. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. What's the best way to track in-season performance, often to help refine the blueprints, but even just a bigger picture of in-season golf performance, shot trackers like Arcos, stat tracking, Tiger 5, Gert Green and regulations, that sort of stuff. And I know you've got several creative thoughts on this, Nico. So I'm gonna let you go first. Like, okay, one of our members wants to track in-season performance. It's not like what we're having them track during practice, but just bigger picture.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Give us a range of different approaches and kind of where you fall on that spectrum.
Like very MBA answer is what gets measured matters. So you got to be doing it. If you're serious about this, like if you're serious about improvement, you got to be tracking stats. There's a million stat systems out there. Pick one you like. Pick one
Tons of
that's
they're
easy.
yeah,
They're all
play with
great.
the interfaces,
Yeah.
fan interface you like.
Whatever you like, whichever one is cheap and you can do. I mean, I know you used Excel for yourself. I don't know how to use Excel. I'm not good at it. So like there's a million apps out there that are great, right? That's a no-brainer 101. Like you got to be tracking stats. Now, do stats tell the whole story? Absolutely not. And this is where things can get really squirrely, where like strokes gained is a little bit controversial in some of the ways that they track stats. We're so far from that nitty gritty with like an amateur golfer. Like just
Yeah.
track your stats, understand where you're at. Like that's my like basic, and I'll kick it to you. I know we're going to probably deep dive this one.